Okay, good morning. Let's start our Dharma sharing this morning with a practice of listening to the bell. So we all listen to the bell and return to our breathing. Okay? I will invite 3 bells and we'll listen together. And when you hear the bell, bring your attention to your breathing. We all breathe to survive. But in the temple, we want you to live, to breathe in order to live, not to just survive. To breathe, to survive is just the physical activities of your body. That is how you survive. But when you breathe to live is when you are aware of your breathing. Because we breathe every day, every second. You will only stop breathing when you die, right? So we want to breathe mindfully. We talk about mindful breathing a lot, and it just simply means that bring your attention to your breathing. And when your attention is with your breathing, that is how you fully live your life. And you can explore different purposes in life. So today I'd like to share a couple of stories with you with the intention to encourage you to never give up on the things that you are passionate about. Many of you are young. Some are in high school. Some are going to college. Some are going to work. Have you ever asked a question, what is my purpose in life? Or you just follow with life and we'll see what is going to happen? It is great to have a purpose, or to have a sense, want to explore a purpose in life. Because if you live aimlessly, it is not fulfilled. Your life would not be more meaningful. However, when you have a purpose, when you have something you want to strive for, many times it is so hard to accomplish, it is so hard to follow through with that. So today I'll share with you some of the teachings of the Buddha that can help us go through life, explore our purpose, and accomplish what we want to do. There was a man who was frustrated about his life. Whatever he did, he failed, and he failed miserably. So he gave up, didn't want to try anymore. So he sold everything and he went to a forest. In the forest, the man met a hermit. A hermit is someone who stay away from the society, living in a forest or on the top of a mountain. So the man saw the hermit, and the hermit asked, "Why would you come here? You are such a young man with a full life ahead. Why would you want to come here to, avoid everything?" And the man said that his life was miserable. He failed almost in everything he tried. He was never successful. So why would he want to continue that miserable life? And the hermit showed the man two kind of trees that he had, two kind of plants that he had. One was the fern, you know what a fern is, and one was a bamboo tree. So the hermit said, "I planted those two plants at the same time. During the first 4 years, the fern grew, tremendously, grew so fast, but there was nothing happened to the bamboo tree. There's no sign of a little sprout of that bamboo tree. Even though the hermit took care of the two plants equally with water, fertilizer, and everything, but only the fern grew. The bamboo tree did not. So the man asked, why did you continue to nurture the bamboo tree? Why didn't you just let it die? The hermit smiled and said, in the 5th year, the bamboo tree grew so fast. In the 5th year. The man was surprised. How is it possible that first 4 years there was nothing happened, but then the 5th year the bamboo grew that fast? And the hermit said, during the first 4 years, the bamboo roots was trying to grow deep. It takes all the fertilizer, water, sunlight, and grow the root of it. Even though it didn't sprout anything, but then it grew downward. Make the root stronger. So during the 5th year, it grew faster and stronger. It grew better than the fern. So there are some lessons we can learn from this story. First of all, we can build a strong foundation. Each day, whatever work you put toward your goal, maybe it's not significant, but it is how you build strong foundation. Consistency is the key. Maybe you don't see the result yet, but each day you put work into achieving your goal, it is there, like the bamboo tree. You are growing your foundation. So you can ask yourself, what is the one thing that I can do today that will help me improve my attitude toward my work, toward my goal, or my career? What is one thing that you can do? And that is the question for you to think about. If you want to achieve something, what is that one thing you can do every day? Success doesn't happen overnight. And failure is not the end. So, like the bamboo tree, what do you want to improve? What is one thing that you want to put into work every day that helps you get closer to your goal? Maybe it will not appear or manifest clearly for you to see, but every day you put a little bit of effort into what you are doing toward achieving your goal. This is the question that only you can answer, because you know, maybe you know what you want and you know what to work toward that goal. Or maybe you don't have a purpose right now, so put some work into exploring what is your purpose. What do you want to achieve out of life? Do you know what is the richest place on earth? Where is the richest place on earth? Where's the most wealthy place on earth? It's not in Dubai. It's not in America. It is in the cemetery. Many people died, and their talent, unexplored talent, died with them. That is the treasure that the world needs. That is the treasure that you need. You have that unexplored talent, so you have to be the one who explored it. So don't die with that talent. Put it into use. Explore it. And every day put a little bit of work into it. Small action every day can make a difference. A little bit of action can make a difference. So a student came to his teacher and said, "Dear teacher, I read so many books, but I did not think I understand them all. There's nothing that I read that is with me. I don't really understand a lot." So his teacher gave him a strainer, and his teacher gave him that one, dirty one, and asked him to go to the river and get water using that one. So when he didn't understand why, but it was kind of stupid to get water using that one, right? But he did it anyway out of respect for his teacher. So initially the strainer was dirty, and then he went many times tried to get the most water that he could, but then he ended up, didn't get any water, because on the way back, all water kind of fell down. He, gave up. He went to his teachers saying that he couldn't do that because it doesn't make sense. And his teacher said, yes, of course it doesn't. But you see, look at the strainer. Now what happened to it? It clean, right? So even though he couldn't get water, but the strainer became clean. So even though small action, you didn't see anything happen, but still there is something going on if you try to put effort into the work that you do, even if it is just a small kind of work. Maybe what you can try, one practice that you can take home, is to sit quietly by yourself for 5 minutes every day. Maybe there is nothing significant happened, nothing that you can see, but I guarantee you will feel something. Every day when you wake up, start your day with 5 mindfulness meditation practice, and your day will be different. There's a story about an elephant and a dog that were pregnant at the same time. 3 months down the line, the dog gave birth to 6 puppies, and then 6 months later, the dog, was pregnant again, and 9 months on it, gave birth to another dozen puppies, and the pattern continued. On the 18th month, the dog went to the elephant and asked, "Are you sure you're pregnant? I gave birth to so many puppies, but you still, haven't given birth to anything else." And the elephant said, "There's one thing that I want you to understand. What I carry is not a puppy, but an elephant. When I gave birth, I only gave birth 1 in 2 years. And when my baby hits the ground, the earth feels it. And when my baby crosses the street, people will stop and look at it. What I am carrying is mighty and great." So maybe you see your friend's effort is rewarded, but why isn't yours effort rewarded? Maybe you see other people's work has been paid off, but why your work has not been paid off? Maybe you are carrying an elephant, not a puppy. Maybe you are the elephant. Something that you carry, something that you are working on will manifest, and people will see it in admiration, not just a normal puppy, an elephant or a tiger that you are carrying. Whatever work that you are doing may have significant impact on other people, and it should be so, because living for oneself only is not an ideal way of living. We want to have a big impact in society. We want to do something big, because living a normal life is very easy. You have to think about other people. You think about yourself and also think about other people. Research shows that people who often think about themselves are people who often become depressed easily. You know why? Because when you just focus on yourself alone, then your small problem become bigger. Because your purview is just that, just the problem. But when you expand your perspective, your purview, your outlook, then your problem just a part of a bigger picture. It doesn't become the one thing, that you should be focused on. Of course, we have to tackle our problems, but we also have to expand our view. What do you think how heavy this is? £5? 3 pounds? 3 pounds? This is not heavy, right? We agree? What if I hold this one for 5 minutes? Still the same weight, right? Would that be heavy for me? How about 10 minutes? How about an hour? Why is it that this one, the longer you hold, the heavier it becomes? Similarly, one problem, just the same nature, like this one, same weight, right? But then the longer you hold on to it, the longer you look at it, the longer you are drowned in it, it becomes stronger, it becomes worse. So what should we do with this? When it is too heavy, what do we do with this one? Do we put it down? Is it still there? Yes, it is still there. But will it have the same impact, the heaviness of it on our hand? No. We will come back to deal with this one. So, sometimes in your school, your work, you face this kind of problem. And the longer you hold on to it, it just drains your energy. And you better just put it down. Focus on something else. And when you're strong enough, come back to it. Please do not ignore it. Do not try to suppress it. Because if you suppress it, it will come up stronger. We can take one example like emotion, one emotion to make this point clearer. Are you afraid of ghosts? That is fear, right? Fear. So, do you have mice in your house? I remember back in Vietnam. When I was a small boy, I was so afraid of the ghosts in my kitchen because I believed there were ghosts in my kitchen and nobody in my family believed me. Because my bedroom is near the kitchen, and every night I can hear them walking around. And nobody believed me because I was afraid. I couldn't sleep. I was trying to hear them clearly, trying to hear what they were saying to each other. And one night, when my mom, had enough with me, so she told me, okay, come with me. I'll show you the ghost. I was scared. Even my mom was there. I couldn't do it. But she encouraged me. So she held my hand, took me to the kitchen, and we wait. And suddenly, a sound of the ghost. My mom walked to the light switch. She turned on the light, and then at that moment, I saw the ghost. I saw it. It turned out those ghosts were mice. Every single night, they came out and then were looking for food, and I thought someone were walking and, communicating in my kitchen, because I didn't see them, I didn't know them. I thought they were ghosts, and the fear, took over. But when I saw them clearly, I saw those were mice, not ghosts. That fear disappeared. And the night after, when I heard the sound, the only image appeared in my mind was mice running around, searching for food. And they were the reason why I became so frightened for the very long time. But that night was the night of my liberation, free from the fear. So similarly, when you have fear, if you try to run away from it, or if you try to suppress it, its power becomes stronger, just like the fear of ghosts. But if you can invite your fear to be present with you, then that fear, the energy will subside. It no longer has the power over you. That is how you deal with negative emotions. You don't ignore them. You try to invite them to be with you. And when you see that fear, you see that emotion, the power subsides. And the more you face your fear, the better you can handle them. So similarly to that, any problem that you have, if you want to deal with them, first of all, don't hold on to them tightly. Let it down. Look at it from a different perspective. Step out of your common perspective and look at your problem. Because life is more than just that problem, But people are very interested in that problem, and because of that, the only thing they see is their problem. So get disinterested in your problem and look at life with a bigger view. Focus on different things at a time. Don't just focus on the problem. Just like holding this one, if you hold that too long, it will consume you. And you will no longer have the power to transform them. And last point, if you plant a flower, if you plant a seed of a flower, and that seed doesn't sprout, who do you blame? The seed or the soil or you? When you put a good seed down in the soil, you take care of it, but the seed doesn't sprout. you should change the soil. It's like you have one bottle of water. It costs you 50 cents in the convenience store. It costs you $1 at a supermarket. It costs you $3 at a hotel, $5 at the airport. One bottle of water, just different locations, it costs differently. So when you don't see your value, change your location, change the people who you associate with, people who don't appreciate your value. When you associate with someone and they value you, that's good. But when you associate with someone and they don't even know your value and don't respect your value, change that. Like you plant a soil, you plant a seed of flower and it doesn't sprout, change the soil. That is the only way, that's how you can change your life. We all want to have friends, but not all friends are the same. So some friends help us, some friends drag us down to that level. You have your own value. It's just the location that is the problem. It's just the people that you associate with that is the problem. So 3 things to summarize this sharing. First, every small effort counts. Second, believe in what you are carrying, what you are doing. And third, to be wise is to associate with friends who appreciate your values. I'm sure that in the future, you all will face some kind of suffering. It is just the way of life. Life will throw at you suffering. You ask life, why life is so difficult? And life said, people don't appreciate easy things. So difficulties, challenges, and suffering will come at you. But I hope you have something from this practice, something from this camp, and some ideas how you can handle those suffering, those difficulties, those challenges. If you know how to handle your suffering, you will suffer much less. I don't hope life will treat you fairly, but I hope your reaction to life is mindful. Because only that you can get along with life, you can embrace life. Because remember, you can never get over life. Because when you get over life, that life is ended, right? Only when someone dies, that is when they get over life. But you are still very young, you have a full future ahead of you. And I hope you can learn something and embrace what you learn together with your life and make it better for yourself and also for people you love and for the society. Thank you for your listening, and please remember, be kind to one another.